back, baby. Welcome to the Midwinter Minis Start Collecting Deathmatch. 16 Warhammer 40k factions duking it out in a custom-built arena, eliminating each other one by one until we finally find out, once and for all, who is best. So far we've seen Orcs versus Khorne Demons, Eldar Craftworlds pitted against the Chaos Space Marines, and Demons of Nurgle up against Tyranids. Now get ready for Game 4, where the sneaky Genestealer Cult take on the vicious Drukhari. We're going to take a quick look at the armies in a second, but before that, let's do a quick recap of the scenario and the rules. We'll be using the most recent Warhammer 40,000 9th edition rule set and codices for each army. The scenario is a simplified version of Eternal War, with deployment areas at each end of the arena and 3 objective scoring zones marked out with the white lines. The board is 44 by 30, combat patrol size, and is symmetrical. The Zone Mortalis walls just block line of sight but can be scaled, and army's points or power level aren't counted here. You can use whatever upgrades you like, the only restriction is you must use only what's available in the Start Collecting box. And no, we're not using combat patrol boxes, it's called the Start Collecting Deathmatch, the clue's in the name. Each army is limited to a maximum of 3 command points at the start of the game. The matchups will last 4 turns, each scoring zone worth 5 victory points if held uncontested in your command phase starting from turn 2, and each player chooses one secondary objective from their army's codex or the main rules. If the scores are still tied at the end, we'll go on turn by turn until there's a clear winner, but an army can have a strategic victory if it's ahead on points at the end of turn 4, even if it has no models left on the table. This match is going to be a bit special actually. It's the first Midwinter Minis battle report where I'm not playing. I was behind the camera, often holding one of the twins at the same time. This is Dadhammer 40k at its finest. Now I'm not familiar enough with the rules for Genestealer Cults or Drukhari to control either of them, so I thought I'd get a helping hand from 2 hobby heroes. First up, my friend Simon will be playing the Genestealer Cult. He's been collecting Citadel miniatures for longer than I've been alive, used to work for Games Workshop, made his own tabletop game, released his own line of minis, and streams hobby hangouts almost every day. A wargaming legend if there ever was one, and here he is with the Genestealer Cult army.
Hello, I'm Simon and I'm playing the Genestealer Cult today. I've bought a patrol detachment and they are following the cult creed of the Bladed Cog. This gives every infantry figure a 6-up invulnerable save. They are led by an Acolyte Icon Ward who has the Mark of the Clawed Omnissiah, giving him a 4-up invulnerable save, the Nexus of Devotion, which gives units that are close to him a 6-up Feel No Pain. He's carrying the Sacred Cult banner, and he has a single-minded obsession, which I'll target the succubus with. This will let him re-roll failed wound rolls made against her. I have 2 troop types, Acolytes and Neophytes. The Acolytes are the slightly heavier unit, very good in hand-to-hand combat. There are 5 of them, and they have a rock saw and a rock drill, and they can get a little burny. The Neophytes are a more regular infantry unit, all armed with shotguns, other than the chap with a flamethrower and the other cultist who is carrying a mining laser. Both infantry units are also carrying cult icons, which allow them to re-roll 1s on there to hit. The final figure is the Ridge Runner, which is a fast attack buggy armed with 2 heavy stubbers and a heavy mining laser. I will be running Raise the Banner as my secondary objective as we attempt to raise the banner for our revolution on our planet.
So that's the sneaky Genestealer Cult, and facing them are the cruel arena killers of the Dark Eldar. Controlling them in today's match will be my friend Jamie, but with spiritual guidance from somebody you might already know.
This is Brent from Goobertown Hobbies. I'll be playing the Drukhari today. I love this army, and I have for a long time. But I haven't played a game of 9th edition yet, and I'm pretty rusty on the rules. Also, I live pretty far away from Guy, so I've got a partner to help me out. Jamie, why don't you tell him about the army?
My name is Jamie, and I'm going to be playing the Drukhari today. I have a Cult of Strife patrol detachment, which is led by a succubus. She's my HQ. She has got the Triptych Whip, which is her relic. She's got the Adrenalite combat drug, and she's been upgraded to a Master Succubus, giving her the Show Stealer trait. And her Warlord trait is the Quicksilver Fighter, giving her +1 attack. Because of her, I can take a unit of Hecatrix Blood Brides. On them, I've taken the Adrenalite combat drug as well. The squad leader has got a Power Sword. For my other troops choice, I have got a unit of Witches. They've got Adrenalite as well for their combat drug, and the squad leader has an Agonizer. And in the fast attack slot, we've got 3 Reavers. One of those has got a Heat Lance. The leader of the squad has got a Power Sword and cluster caltrops. Finally, for a transport, we have a Venom, and the Venom is armed with 2 Splinter Cannons. Generally, the whole army is very killy. That's kind of what I want to do with it, is get into combat and murder things in combat. For my secondary objective, I've taken one from the new Drukhari Codex, which is Take Them Alive, which will get me 1 victory point for every unit I kill, and 3 victory points if that unit was a character.
Now you can probably guess that Simon's already a crafty bugger because he plays Genestealer Cults, but he's also very crafty in the hobby sense too, and he's made some custom ambush markers from spare parts and 3D printed bits, including one of a certain mayor of Goobertown and his cats being dragged down to the depths by a Genestealer's claw.
Okay, very funny, Simon. The Dark Eldar are definitely coming for you now. Jamie, I wanted to have a quick discussion here. I figure we've got a couple of options. One, we just run everything in as fast as we can, afterburners screaming, blades out in front, and we just go nuts. Option 2, we keep 1 unit of witches held in back, holding that objective. They're going to be dancing to industrial music the entire game.
We are very elderly and will be coming to complain about the noise.
After a bit of tactical discussion, both teams set up in their respective sides. Brent and Jamie started with everything on the battlefield, and the Succubus and Blood Brides riding inside the Venom. But Simon just has his Ridge Runner and a single ambush marker on the board. The other 2 mystery units have deployed underground, essentially in deep strike. Time for a roll-off to see who goes first. Double 1, classic, let's re-roll that. The Drukhari are going first.
First off, in my command phase, I get 1 command point, bringing me up to 4. Okay, Jamie, let's take the fast stuff, the Venom, and the Reavers, and move them up to the center objective. Let's move the Witches over to our home objective. I figure they can stand there and score some points, and also dance.
Now that the Genestealers have heard the hideous noise coming from that area, they've decided to come out and see quite what's going on. So my unit of neophyte hybrids have appeared from ambush and are waiting.
In the shooting phase, the only target that's visible is the Ridge Runner, so everything we have is gonna shoot at that.
Let's go for it. Okay, so we'll shoot the Venom first. So the Venom's got 2 Splinter Cannons. Each of those is heavy 3. It's going to be hitting on 3s.
Splinter rifles and splinter cannons are poison weapons, so they're gonna need 6s to wound a vehicle.
No wounds there, unfortunately.
The Reavers are our real champions here.
Let's hope they are. So we've got 2 Splinter Rifles on the Reavers, which aren't in half range, so it means they're only going to get 1 shot each. Hitting on 3s, unfortunately both of those miss.
We're putting all our eggs in this basket of the Heat Lance here.
We've saved a CP for that if we need it. Okay, so the Heat Lance is getting 1 shot hitting on 3s. That hits. The Heat Lance is strength 8, so that'll be winning on 3s. And the Heat Lance is AP -4.
Bladed Cog gives me a 6+ invulnerable save. Nope, now the Ridge Runner's going to be suffering D6 +2 damage.
So that does 6 damage in total. It's not worth a reroll because that's quite a good roll.
The Ridge Runner is armed with flare launchers, which confuse the shots and the damage may not be taken. So on a 6 or above, I can ignore the wound.
Okay, so we got the Ridge Runner down to 3 wounds.
Okay, I'm happy. No matter what else happens this game, we got a Dark Lance weapon to do what it does best, and that's all I care about.
Is that all you've got, Brent? You shoot like orcs. At the start of my turn, I get 1 more command point, and then I'm going to move my neophyte squad forward to get as many weapons in range of that Venom as I can. Let's get rid of those pesky dancers.
The Venom has got Flicker Field, which means it's a natural -1 to hit, and we're going to use 1 command point, use Lightning Fast Reflexes on the Reavers to make them -1 to hit as well.
Yeah, go for it. I normally just forget to use my command points, so yeah, you sound on top of it. Let's go.
Neophyte shotguns first, 3 hits.
Okay, and the Reavers are toughness 4, means you're going to be wounding on 5s.
No wounds for the shotguns. Now we'll use the mining laser to take on the Venom, thank you. I don't really need to know the names of the things I'm killing, I don't feel. I'm going to need a 5+ to hit. However,
that hits.
That will be a hit. Strength 9 with a -3 AP.
So that means you're going to be wounding on 3s.
And that's a wound.
Thankfully, because of the Flicker Field, Venoms get a 5+ invul.
Oh dear, the Flicker Field seems to have flickered out. So that's D6 damage from the mining laser.
Alright, the Venom is down to 3 wounds.
Now it's time for the Ridge Runner to join in. The heavy mining laser will be firing at the Venom, the heavy stubbers at the Reavers. Heavy mining laser is heavy D3. 3 shots. Very nice. Only needing 5s and 6s. And that's 1 hit. Strength 9 against toughness 5, so that's 3s to wound. Never going to wound on a 1. Let's use a command point to re-roll that. Another 1. Fantastic.
That's traditionally how command point rerolls go.
So the heavy stubber is heavy 3, and there are 2 of them. Wounding on a 4. Or not. And that's the end of Genestealer's turn 1. Or possibly just the end of the Genestealers.
So at the start of Drukhari turn 2, during the command phase, we get 10 victory points because we're holding 2 objectives, and we also gain 1 command point.
The Blood Brides are moving up, and the Witches are staying far in the back, dancing to industrial music in the capture point.
And the Succubus is also going to move forward to try to get within an easy charge range of the Neophyte Hybrids. The Reavers are going to move up, they're going to fly right over the Hecatrix Blood Brides and straight onto Simon's objective. Yeah, so we're going to shoot the Venom at the Neophyte Hybrids. 2 splinter cannons, which are heavy 3, so we're going to have 6 shots in total. Poison weapon, so it's wounding on 4s. That's 1 wound, gets AP -1.
6 up in vulnerable save.
So 1 Neophyte Hybrid dies. The Hecatrix Blood Brides are going to throw 1 plasma grenade at the Neophyte Hybrids. They're going to fire their splinter pistols at the Neophyte Hybrids as well. And we have 1 blaster, which is going to go at the Ridge Runner. So our plasma grenade is grenade D6. That's 4 shots. These are going to be hitting on 3s. They all hit. And that's 2 wounds.
2 6+ invulnerable saves to make. Nope, that's 2 more shotgun lads done for.
So we've got 3 splinter pistols to shoot next. They're going to be hitting on 3s. So that's 3 hits, wounding on 4s because they're poisoned. That's 1 wound with no AP.
So I'll use my regular 5-up save. No problem.
Right, now the all-important blast pistol. Yeah, this is shooting at the Ridge Runner, so this is going to be hitting on 3s. It hits. It's going to be wounding on 3s because it's strength 8 versus toughness 5.
First off, I've got a 6-up invulnerable save to avoid it. And it works.
Reavers shooting next. We're planning to target the Heat Lance on the Ridge Runner and the Splinter Rifles into the Neophyte Hybrids.
Yeah, I need to know. Let's do the Heat Lance first.
Okay, right, firing the Heat Lance, hitting on 3s. Oh, that's a miss.
That's a reroll.
And that's a hit.
Good, good.
So it's strength 8 versus toughness 5, so it's going to be wounding on 3s.
Hey, you tried your best, you know?
It's okay, we've still got lots of combat to do. And then we're going to fire both the Splinter Rifles into the Neophyte Hybrids. So they're rapid fire 1, and they're definitely within half range, so that means we're going to get 4 shots in total. That's 3 hits, the wounding on 4s. That's 2 wounds.
2 wounds saving on my regular 5-up save. 1 dead, 1 more shotgun bites the dust.
Okay, it's the charge phase. Let's try to soak up the Overwatch with the Reavers. We're going to multi-charge both units.
I'm going to spend 1 command point to fire Overwatch from my Neophyte Hybrids into the Reavers as they charge. I'll do the 3 shotguns first, hitting on 6s. No luck there. Then I'll do the bolt pistol. Nope. The mining laser. Nope. And the flamer, doing D6 hits. That'll be 6 hits, automatically hitting. That will be 5 wounds.
5 wounds? Oh no. Yeah, so the Reavers have a 4+ armor save. So we're going to re-roll one of these failed saves, because if one of the Reavers die, we'll no longer be able to make the charge against both units, therefore the charge would fail. And it passes. So that means one of our Reavers takes a single wound. Because we're Cult of Strife, we get +1 to charge, so it's going to be 2d6 plus 1 inch. The Hecatrix Blood Brides are going to charge into the Achilles Ridge Runner. And finally, the Succubus is going to charge into the Neophyte Hybrids. And she gets a 10. Yes, here comes the pain indeed. Should we do the exciting thing first, Brent, and fight with the Succubus?
Yeah, the Witches far in the back, they're dancing, but they're like watching the Succubus. They're excited.
Cheering her on and dancing at the same time. The Succubus is a bit of a monster. She has 6 attacks base, the Adrenalite combat drug, which gives her +1 attack, Quicksilver Fighter, which gives her an additional 2 attacks. She also has the Triptych Wick, which gives her an additional 3 attacks.
She's a legendary arena fighter. She's hitting on 2s. And with her Triptych Whip, she's wounding on 2s as well. So that's 10 wounds total. Pretty good.
The armour piercing value on that weapon is -3, so it removes any normal armour I have. 6 sixes and a trip to Las Vegas coming up.
Oh, you had a very good go at it.
6 down. Well, you did your job, and now you become biomass for the greater star gods.
The Blood Brides hit on 2s because they're Blood Brides. These are all going to go into the Ridge Runner. They also get to reroll wound rolls of 1 because they're within 6 inches of the succubus.
Let's save the -4 AP wounds first. Relying on my 6-up invulnerable save, I need as many as I can, and that's none. Does it explode? Not this time, and I want to keep hold of my command points for now.
So after killing the Ridge Runner, the Hecatrix Blood Brides are going to do their Consolidate move to move themselves further onto the objective, to double down. Because I've killed 2 units, I score 2 victory points this turn.
Now, the Drukhari will be feeling overly confident and dancing far too much at the moment, as they think they have defeated the Genestealer Cult. However, this is not the case. Because I still have units that are in tactical reserve and would be available to come out later, we will continue playing, and they will find out what a mistake they have made.
Yep, and that's the end of Drukhari turn 2.
Now we've reached the second turn, my other units can enter the board at any point 9 inches away from an enemy model. Hopefully my tape of the Ancients will help me. Normally they would come on in the back of my opponent's area, but the Drukhari have very kindly saved me the bother of walking that far by coming over to my side, opening up with a perfect ambush, which will cost me 3 commander points. This enables me to fire at the end of my movement phase, as well as firing in my firing turn later in the round. Instead of taking close combat weapons, they have all taken hand flamers. 5d6 flamer shots. That will do. So that's 23. Only strength 3, so still needing 4s. And after all those dice rolls, it's 11 wounds at strength 3.
Oh, that's a lot of burning.
We have a 6-up armor save. We also have a 6-up invulnerable. So either way, we are making 6-up saves here. Well, I had a good go. I did pass 4 of them, but we failed 7, which means the unit is dead.
An embarrassing death. Wonderful.
And remember, that was just the end of my movement phase. Let's start the shooting phase. That's in range the Reavers with those same naughty little hand flamers. Only 19 hits this time. And that looks like 8 wounds.
Okay, 4 up armor saves. I passed 3 of them.
Okay, so that kills the unit, and that's going to keep us from getting 5 victory points. So I think it's worth it to spend a command point and re-roll one of those saves. We got it. Okay, still alive and holding the objective.
Yeah, and the reason we took the 2 closest was so we can guarantee that there's no way he can make a charge and kill the last one.
There's no more firing to do. The Drukhari are too far away to charge.
Okay, so in the morale phase, I need to take a morale check because it can be failed if I rolled a 6. I rolled a 4, so it's okay.
Good work, good work.
So that is the end of Genestealer turn 2.
The start of Drukhari turn 3, we score 15 victory points because we're holding all 3 points on the board. We also gain 1 command point.
So following their glory dash to attempt to gain some ground back, the Acolyte Icon Ward has decided that there really is nothing he can do to finally overpower the Drukhari threat. So I am more than happy to accede the game to Brent and Jamie and the Drukhari, as there is no way I can catch up with 27 points. Thank you very much, gentlemen.
Well, good game, Simon. Good game.
Well, with brand new and incredibly powerful rules in their codex, I think a lot of you will have expected this outcome for the Drukhari, but we also played a kind of dress rehearsal test game before we started filming, and it was incredibly close, with just the Succubus, the Icon Ward, and the Acolyte hybrids left at the end of turn 4. The Drukhari narrowly winning on points thanks to the Drukhari's Take Them Alive secondary objective. I had great fun taking a backseat, watching these two armies play and filming everything, but I'm not looking forward to when my Nurgle demons face off against the Drukhari in the next stage. Let's hope the demons get a new codex before then too, huh? Great game everyone, thank you Simon, thank you Brent, and thank you Jamie.
Alright lads, thanks for a fun game. Those Drukhari are looking good. I think they're definitely gonna smash the Nurgle demons. See you in the quarterfinals.
So that's the Orcs, Craftworld's Nurgle Demons are now Dark Eldar through to the quarterfinals, and the next game will be between 2 absolute titans of the tournament, the Necrons and the Thousand Suns, with 2 of the highest point values in the series. To be honest, I think it could go either way. Let me know what you think's going to happen in the comments. While you type that out, I'd quickly like to thank the channel's latest supporters on Patreon: Jub Fudbump, Urban, Marty McNotsofly, Owen Freeland, Lucy, Anthony Mittermeier, Christopher Erickson, Dylan Sullivan, Sonder JCK, David Popham, Juk234, Lexi Zananetti, Teddy Bunton, Matthew Cohn, Crocodilus Pontifex, Big Boss Gaming, Cameron Borthwick, Anicrush, Fury of Odin, Red Moore, Tyler Chandler, Joe Manning, Oliver Hunter, Richard Price, Black, John Smith, Matthew LaRose, Frederick, David Morrow, Sue the True, Ashley Harris, Billy Cornish, Paul Oglesby, Rance Wilson, Loic Bouvard, Andrew Ivins, TTTTT, Marco Visco, Nicholas Glover, Thidrius, and Eric R. Also, special thanks to my mates Sebastian Kling and Ollie Turbitt for making the awesome Drukhari theme and the brooding Genestealer Cult theme, respectively. All the music from this series is original and will be available soon in Death by Dice Volume 2. I hope we'll see you in the next game. Thanks so much for watching, and bye for now.